standing in common cause for our freedom.
It's still summer, but the bombardment of political ads begins. State politics heating up across America. This November, these 36 states will elect their next leader, a governor who could authorize or block the passage of consequential laws. For Catholics, the gubernatorial elections offer another chance to examine the candidates and issues at stake in their own state. In Pennsylvania, Democrat Josh Shapiro squares off against Republican Doug Mastriano.
It's an incredibly important race.
Eric Failing is executive director of the Pennsylvania Catholic Conference. It's the public relations branch of the Catholic Church in Pennsylvania. Each state has something similar. Not there to endorse candidates, but to encourage voters.
It's critically important that I think as Catholics we educate ourselves on all the issues, on all the candidates, what they're saying, what they've done in the past, and really try to discern prayerfully, thoughtfully, which ones coincide with our beliefs the most.
The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops provides further guidance. In their teaching document, Forming Consciences for Faithful Citizenship, the bishops remind Catholics our participation in political parties or other groups to which we may belong should be influenced by our faith, not the other way around. Voters may hear from gubernatorial candidates who are self-proclaimed Catholics, like Ohio Governor Mike DeWine or New York Governor Kathy Hochul. But that doesn't guarantee their politics are influenced by their faith. For example, Governor Hochul is a vocal advocate of abortion. The bishops have highlighted issues for Catholics to pay attention to. In Forming Consciences for Faithful Citizenship, the bishops write, "The threat of abortion remains our preeminent priority because it directly attacks life itself." The bishops say they cannot dismiss or ignore other serious threats to human life and dignity, such as racism, the environmental crisis, poverty, and the death penalty. Failing adds even more issues the Pennsylvania Catholic Conference is focusing on.
School choice, obviously a big issue for us. Criminal justice reform, big issue for us.
And what happens next with the reversal of Roe v. Wade at the Supreme Court? Individual states now have the right to legislate on abortion, meaning the governor's races take on even more significance. And these races become even more interesting in states like this one. Here in Pennsylvania, the majority party inside the legislature is opposite the governor's party. That has meant pro-life bills successfully passed by state lawmakers were ultimately rejected, vetoed by the current Pennsylvania governor, abortion supporter and Democrat Tom Wolf. Wolf won't be on the ballot this fall, but his hopeful Democratic successor, Josh Shapiro, supports abortion.
Pro-lifers have to be ready to defend our pro-life candidates in the election this year.
Carol Tobias, president of the National Right to Life Committee, expects the battle over abortion to intensify.
I think this year's elections are going to be the most contentious we have seen possibly ever.
Even Catholics divide themselves over the issues. According to a new EWTN Real Clear Opinion research poll of Catholic likely voters, 53% are less likely to support political candidates who support taxpayer funding of abortion in the U.S. 35% are more likely to. 50% are more likely to support candidates who support the death penalty, while 36% are less likely to. And though 63% of Catholics polled say gender is created by God, 25% say people can determine their own gender. According to a Gallup poll, about 22.5% of American adults are Catholic. Though they don't always agree, their votes will have an impact on the governor's races across America. Eric Failing hopes all Catholics will educate themselves about church teaching, spend time in prayer, and vote with a well-formed conscience.
It's critical. Pray. Right? Spend some time in silence. Get away from the noise.
He says it's not about being Republican or Democrat, but Catholic. Mark Irons, EWTN News in Depth.